Hey Pisces, welcome back to another deep dive reading. I have to tell you, when I sat down to pull cards for you today, the energy was absolutely electric. There's something massive shifting in your world right now, and honestly, I got chills multiple times during this reading. So today we're talking about someone with a strong rivalry energy toward you. And let me just say up front, this person is not going to be able to handle what's coming their way. The universe has some serious judgment energy lined up for them. And your heart, your beautiful Pisces heart, is going to come out stronger than ever. I'm sitting here with my favorite deck, and I can already feel this protective, almost fierce energy around you, Pisces. You know how you're usually the gentle, go-with-the-flow sign? Well, that's still true, but there's this underlying strength that's been building, and it's about to show itself in a major way. Before we dive into the cards, I want you to take a moment and think about someone in your life who's been giving you competitive vibes, maybe someone who's been trying to undermine you or make you feel less than. Got someone in mind? Good, because this reading is absolutely going to blow your mind regarding that situation. All right, let me shuffle these cards and see what Spirit wants to show us about this rivalry situation and your incredibly strong heart. The energy is already so intense, I can barely contain my excitement to share what's coming through. Okay, I'm getting major chills right now. The first card that jumped out for this reading is the Seven of Swords. And Pisces, this is absolutely perfect for what we're dealing with. This card is literally screaming deception and sneaky behavior, and it's representing this person who's been working against you behind the scenes. You know what's fascinating about this card showing up first? It's like the universe is saying, hey Pisces, I see what's been happening. I see how this person has been trying to steal your thunder, your opportunities, maybe even your peace of mind. The Seven of Swords is all about someone who thinks they're being clever, someone who believes they can get away with their underhanded tactics. But here's what this person doesn't understand about you, beautiful Pisces. Your intuition is absolutely off the charts. Even if you haven't consciously recognized all their moves, your subconscious has been picking up on everything. That weird feeling you've been getting around this person, that's your psychic antenna working overtime. Looking at this Seven of Swords, I can see this person creeping around, trying to take credit for things, maybe spreading subtle negativity about you or attempting to block opportunities from reaching you. They're operating from a place of pure jealousy because they can see something in you that they desperately wish they had. What makes this even more interesting is that Pisces energy is naturally abundant and flowing, like water finding its way around obstacles. This person has been trying to dam up your flow, but water always finds a way, doesn't it? And when it does, it comes back with even more force. The sneaky energy of the Seven of Swords shows me this person has been watching you, studying your moves, maybe even copying your style or trying to present your ideas as their own. They've been playing this rivalry game thinking they're so smart, so strategic. But what they don't realize is that every action has a consequence, and the universe keeps perfect score. I'm getting this vision of someone literally tiptoeing around, thinking they're invisible. But meanwhile, their every move is being recorded in the cosmic ledger. The Seven of Swords often represents someone who believes they can outsmart karma. But honey, karma is never late to the party. What I love about this card appearing for you right now is that it's confirmation. If you've been feeling like someone's been working against you, if you've had suspicions but maybe doubted yourself because you're naturally trusting, this card is validating that your instincts are absolutely correct. The energy around this Seven of Swords also tells me this person has been trying to steal something intangible from you. Maybe your confidence, your reputation, your connections, or your creative energy. They've been operating like an energy vampire, trying to diminish your light so theirs can appear brighter. But here's what's about to happen, and this is where it gets really good. The Seven of Swords represents theft and deception, but it also represents getting caught. Every person who operates this way eventually gets exposed. And for this person in your life, that time is coming very soon. The beautiful thing about being a Pisces is that you don't need to actively seek revenge or plot against anyone. Your natural compassion and genuine heart create such a strong energetic field that anyone operating from darkness around you will eventually be revealed for who they truly are. It's like you're a light that makes shadows impossible to hide. This Seven of Swords is also showing me that this person's tactics are becoming more desperate. They're realizing that their subtle approaches aren't working, that you keep rising despite their efforts to hold you back. So they might start becoming more obvious in their opposition, which is actually perfect because it makes them easier to spot and handle. I keep getting this message that this rivalry has been a blessing in disguise for you, Pisces. It's been strengthening muscles you didn't know you had, building resilience, and most importantly, teaching you to trust your intuition even more deeply. Every time this person tried to knock you down, you got back up with more wisdom and more determination. The Seven of Swords is ultimately a card about learning and growth through challenging experiences. This person's behavior has been like a cosmic training program, preparing you for bigger and better things ahead. They thought they were hindering you, but actually, they've been unwittingly helping you develop the exact skills and strength you're going to need for your next level. Moving forward, this card suggests that any remaining deceptive energy around this person is going to become crystal clear to everyone involved. Their mask is slipping, and soon there won't be any question about their true motivations and methods. Now, the second card that practically jumped out of the deck is the Ten of Swords. And Pisces, I need you to understand something really important here. This card is not about you. This is about what's happening to this person who's been creating rivalry energy in your life. And honestly, it's intense. The Ten of Swords represents complete defeat, the end of a cycle, and often betrayal coming full circle. For this person who's been working against you, this card is showing me that they're about to experience the consequences of all their actions in a very dramatic way. You know how the universe has this beautiful way of letting people dig their own graves? That's exactly what's been happening here. Every move this person made against you, every attempt to undermine or compete with you inappropriately has been adding weight to their eventual downfall. The Ten of Swords often shows up when someone's own actions and choices lead to their defeat. It's not usually external forces that bring about this kind of ending. It's the natural result of operating from a place of jealousy, deception, and negative competition. What I find fascinating about this card in your reading is the timing. The Ten of Swords suggests that this person is approaching a moment where all their scheming and rivalry tactics are going to backfire spectacularly. They've been building their own house of cards, and it's about to come tumbling down. I'm seeing this person experiencing what I can only describe as social or professional consequences for their behavior. The Ten of Swords often represents public exposure or humiliation, not because anyone set out to humiliate them, but because their own actions created a situation where the truth had to come to light. The beautiful thing about this card appearing in your reading is that it represents the end of this rivalry phase. This person's ability to affect your life negatively is coming to a complete close. The Ten of Swords is the darkest card in the suit, but it's also the one that clears the way for new beginnings. Think about it this way. When someone operates from jealousy and competition instead of focusing on their own growth and path, they create negative karma that eventually has to be balanced. This person has been so focused on what you're doing, so consumed with trying to compete with or undermine you, that they've neglected their own development and opportunities. The Ten of Swords is showing me that this neglect is about to catch up with them in a big way. While they were busy plotting against you, life kept moving forward, and now they're going to find themselves left behind, struggling to catch up and facing the consequences of their choices. What makes this even more powerful is that you, as a Pisces, probably haven't been actively working against this person at all. You've been focusing on your own growth, your own path, your own dreams. And that authentic focus on self-improvement has been creating positive momentum that's now unstoppable. The Ten of Swords also represents the moment when truth comes to light in the most undeniable way. Any lies this person has told about you, any credit they've tried to steal, any reputation damage they've attempted to cause, all of that is about to be revealed and corrected. I'm getting this strong message that this person is about to face judgment from multiple sources. Maybe colleagues, friends, family members, or professional contacts are going to see their true colors in a way that can't be ignored or explained away. The Ten of Swords often brings this kind of comprehensive exposure. But here's what I want you to understand, beautiful Pisces. This isn't happening because you wished harm on anyone or because you're vindictive. This is simply the universe restoring balance. Your genuine heart and authentic approach to life have been creating positive energy, while this person's jealousy and rivalry tactics have been creating negative energy, and now that's balancing out. The Ten of Swords also suggests that this person might try to blame others, including you, for their downfall. They might not take responsibility for their own actions and choices. But the truth will be so clear that their attempts to shift blame won't work. This card is ultimately about liberation for you, Pisces. Once this Ten of Swords energy plays out completely, you're going to feel like you can breathe again. That heaviness, that sense of someone working against you in the background, that competitive tension, all of that is ending. The third card that came through with such strong energy is the Justice card. And Pisces, I literally got goosebumps when this appeared. This is the universe's way of saying that divine justice is absolutely at work in your situation, and everything is about to be balanced in the most perfect way. Justice is major arcana, which means this isn't just a small correction or minor consequence. This is cosmic level balancing happening in your life, and it's going to be impossible to ignore or deny. The scales are about to tip dramatically in your favor. What I love about justice appearing in this reading is that it confirms everything we've been seeing. This person's rivalry tactics, their attempts to undermine you, their jealousy-driven behavior, all of that has been carefully weighed and measured by the universe, and now it's time for the verdict. Justice doesn't just happen randomly. It comes when there's been a clear imbalance that needs to be corrected, when someone has been operating outside of fairness and integrity, and when truth needs to be revealed and honored. This card is telling us that your situation absolutely qualifies for divine intervention. The beautiful thing about justice is that it's completely impartial. It's not about revenge or punishment. It's about restoring balance and ensuring that everyone receives exactly what their actions have earned. This person has earned consequences through their own choices, while you've earned recognition and vindication through yours. I'm getting this really strong vision of the scales of justice, and on one side, there's all of this person's negative actions, jealousy, deceptive behavior, and rivalry tactics. On the other side, there's your genuine heart, your authentic approach, your kindness, and your integrity. And the scales are tipping heavily in your favor. Justice also represents truth being revealed in the most official or formal way. This might mean that this person's behavior gets exposed in a professional setting, or that people in authority positions finally see what's really been happening. The truth isn't just going to come out quietly, it's going to be acknowledged and acted upon. What makes this even more powerful is that justice often brings recognition for the person who's been wronged. Not only will this rival's behavior be exposed and corrected, but your character, your work, your value, and your contributions are going to be properly acknowledged and appreciated. The Justice card is also telling me that this situation is going to set an important precedent. Other people who might have been thinking about treating you unfairly or competing with you in underhanded ways are going to see what happens to this person and think twice about their own behavior. I keep getting this message that the justice energy is going to be swift and complete. Once it starts, it's going to move quickly, and the resolution is going to be thorough. There won't be any loose ends or unresolved issues. This rival's ability to affect your life negatively is going to be completely eliminated. But here's what's really beautiful about justice appearing for you, Pisces. This card often brings unexpected allies and supporters into your life. People who've been watching from the sidelines, maybe unsure of what to think, are going to step forward in your defense and support. Justice also suggests that this experience is going to strengthen your faith in the universe's timing and wisdom. You might have wondered why this rivalry situation was allowed to continue for so long, why this person seemed to get away with their behavior. Justice is showing you that everything was being perfectly orchestrated for maximum impact and learning. The Justice card is ultimately about integrity being rewarded and deception being exposed. Your consistent authenticity and genuine heart have been building positive karma, while this person's rivalry tactics have been building negative karma. Now it's time for both accounts to be settled. This card also suggests that you're going to play a role in ensuring that justice is served, not through any vindictive actions, but simply by continuing to be authentic and speaking your truth when appropriate. Your honesty and genuine nature are going to be powerful weapons against any remaining deception. The fourth card that came through is the King of Cups. And Pisces, this is you in your full power. This card represents emotional mastery, wisdom, and leading with your heart from a place of strength rather than vulnerability. This is showing me the incredible transformation that this rivalry situation has created in you. The King of Cups is the ultimate evolution of emotional intelligence. While this person has been operating from jealousy, insecurity, and competition, you've been developing into someone who can handle emotional challenges with grace, wisdom, and incredible inner strength. What I absolutely love about this card appearing in your reading is that it shows the beautiful paradox of Pisces energy. You're naturally compassionate and gentle, but when you fully own your power, you become absolutely unshakable. The King of Cups has learned to feel deeply without being overwhelmed, to care without being taken advantage of. This card is telling me that this rivalry situation has been your initiation into a new level of personal power. Every time this person tried to diminish you, you had to reach deeper into your strength. Every time they attempted to steal your light, you had to learn to shine brighter from an internal source. The King of Cups also represents someone who leads by example rather than through force or manipulation. While your rival has been trying to get ahead through underhanded tactics, you've been developing genuine leadership qualities that people naturally want to follow and support. I'm seeing this beautiful image of you sitting on this throne of emotional mastery, completely secure in who you are, no longer reactive to this person's behavior, because you've transcended that level of engagement. You've become the king of your own emotional kingdom. This card also suggests that your intuitive abilities have been significantly strengthened through this experience. The King of Cups is deeply psychic and can read people in situations with remarkable accuracy. Your ability to sense people's true motivations and energy has been honed to a fine art. What's really powerful about this King of Cups energy is that it makes you incredibly attractive to the right people, while simultaneously repelling those who don't have good intentions. Your emotional maturity and authentic power create a natural filter that draws in supportive, genuine people and keeps away those who might try to use or compete with you inappropriately. The King of Cups is also telling me that you've learned to set boundaries without being harsh or unkind. This is such an important Pisces lesson because your natural compassion can sometimes make boundary setting challenging. But now you've mastered the art of being loving while also protecting your energy and space. This card represents someone who's learned to trust their emotional intelligence completely. You don't second-guess your gut feelings anymore because this situation has proven to you over and over that your intuition is incredibly accurate. You've learned to honor your inner knowing without needing external validation. I'm also getting this message that the King of Cups energy makes you somewhat untouchable to future rivalry or competition. When someone has mastered their emotional realm the way this card represents, they become very difficult to shake or manipulate. You've developed an emotional immunity to this type of behavior. The King of Cups also suggests that you're going to become a source of wisdom and guidance for others who might face similar situations. Your experience with this rivalry has given you insights and tools that will be incredibly valuable to other people dealing with jealousy, competition, or undermining behavior from others. This card is showing me that while this person was trying to compete with you on an external level, you were developing internal resources that put you in a completely different league. The King of Cups operates from such a secure, grounded place that external competition becomes almost irrelevant. What's beautiful about reaching this King of Cups level of development is that it's permanent. These emotional skills and this inner strength become part of who you are. This rivalry situation is going to end, but the wisdom and power you've gained from it will serve you for the rest of your life. The fifth card that practically launched itself out of the deck is the Tower. And Pisces, this is representing the dramatic upheaval that's about to shake this rival's world to its core. When I saw this card, I actually said, "Oh wow," out loud because the energy is so intense. The Tower represents sudden, dramatic change that completely restructures someone's life, usually as a result of building on false foundations. This person who's been competing with you and working against you has built their strategy on deception, jealousy, and manipulation. And that foundation is about to crumble in the most spectacular way. What makes this Tower energy so powerful in your reading is that it's completely removing this person's ability to continue their rivalry behavior. When the Tower hits someone's life, it strips away everything that isn't authentic or sustainable, leaving only truth in its wake. I'm getting this vision of this person's carefully constructed facade just falling away piece by piece. All the lies they've told, all the credit they've tried to steal, all the ways they've tried to make themselves look better by making you look worse. All of that artificial construction is about to come tumbling down. The Tower often brings what seems like sudden change, but it's usually the result of pressure that's been building for a long time. This person's negative behavior has been creating instability in their life, even if they haven't recognized it yet. Now that instability is about to manifest in very obvious, undeniable ways. What I find fascinating about the Tower appearing in this context is that it often represents a moment of truth that can't be avoided or explained away. This person is going to face consequences that are so clear, so public, and so directly connected to their actions that there won't be any room for denial or blame shifting. The Tower can be a scary card when it represents changes in your own life, but when it represents what's happening to someone who's been working against you, it's actually incredibly liberating. This card is telling us that this person's ability to affect your life negatively is about to be completely eliminated through their own actions and choices. I keep getting this message that the Tower energy is going to expose the full extent of this person's rivalry behavior. Things they thought were hidden, actions they thought no one noticed, words they thought were private. All of that is about to come to light in the most dramatic way possible. The Tower also represents awakening through crisis. While this is going to be a very challenging time for this person, it's also going to force them to confront their own behavior and hopefully learn from their mistakes. Sometimes people need a major wake-up call to change their ways. But for you, Pisces, the Tower represents liberation. All the ways this person has been trying to limit you, compete with you, or hold you back are about to be completely destroyed. It's like the universe is clearing the path for you to move forward without any interference. The Tower energy is also incredibly fast-moving. Once it starts, things happen quickly and decisively. You're not going to have to wait a long time for resolution in this situation. The changes are going to be obvious and immediate. What's really beautiful about the Tower in this context is that it creates space for new, healthier dynamics to emerge. Once this person's rivalry energy is removed from your life through these dramatic changes, you're going to experience such a sense of freedom and possibility. The Tower also suggests that this situation is going to serve as a powerful example to others. People who witness what happens to this person are going to understand very clearly that competing unfairly or treating others with jealousy and rivalry has serious consequences. I'm getting this strong message that you don't need to do anything to make the Tower energy happen in this person's life. Their own actions and choices have set everything in motion, and the universe is simply allowing natural consequences to unfold. Your job is to stay focused on your own path and let divine justice handle the rest. The sixth card that came through with incredible intensity is the Three of Swords. But here's the thing, Pisces, this is not about heartbreak happening to you. This is showing me the emotional pain that this rival is about to experience as a result of their own actions and the consequences that are coming their way. The Three of Swords represents the pain of truth, the heartbreak that comes from having illusions shattered, and the emotional consequences of making poor choices. This person who has been so focused on competing with you is about to experience deep regret and sorrow about the path they've chosen. What makes this card particularly powerful in your reading is that it shows this person finally understanding the full impact of their behavior. They're going to have moments of clarity where they realize how much damage they've done to their own life and relationships through their jealousy and rivalry tactics. The Three of Swords often appears when someone has to face the reality that their own actions have led to loss or disappointment. This person is going to experience the pain of seeing opportunities slip away, relationships damaged, and their reputation tarnished because of the choices they made in trying to compete with you. I'm getting this image of this person looking back at all the time and energy they wasted on rivalry instead of focusing on their own growth and development. The Three of Swords represents the deep regret that comes from recognizing missed opportunities and self-sabotage. This card is also showing me that this person is going to experience the pain of isolation. When their behavior becomes known and consequences start manifesting, they're going to find themselves without the support and connections they thought they had. People don't tend to stay loyal to those who operate from jealousy and deception. The Three of Swords in this context also represents the heartbreak of having to admit they were wrong. This person has invested so much energy in their rivalry stance that changing course and acknowledging their mistakes is going to be emotionally devastating for them. But here's what's important for you to understand, beautiful Pisces. This Three of Swords energy represents necessary pain that leads to growth and change. Sometimes people need to experience the full consequences of their actions before they can truly learn and transform. The Three of Swords also suggests that this person might try to reach out to you during this difficult time, possibly to apologize or to try to make amends. How you handle that situation will be entirely up to you. And the cards suggest you should trust your intuition about whether their remorse is genuine or just another attempt to manipulate the situation. What I find really interesting about this card appearing is that it shows the emotional toll that carrying rivalry and jealousy takes on a person. While you've been developing strength and wisdom through this experience, this person has been accumulating emotional damage that's now coming to the surface. The Three of Swords is ultimately about emotional healing through confronting painful truths. For this person, the pain represented by this card is going to be the beginning of potentially learning better ways to handle their insecurities and competitive feelings. This card is also confirmation that your compassionate Pisces nature has been protecting you from taking on the negative emotions that this person has been carrying. While they've been consumed with jealousy and rivalry, you've been able to maintain your emotional equilibrium and continue growing. The Three of Swords reminds us that emotional pain is often the catalyst for the most important growth and change. This person's heartbreak over the consequences of their actions might ultimately be what helps them become a better person, even though that's not your responsibility or concern. The seventh card that practically vibrated out of the deck is the Wheel of Fortune, and Pisces, this is absolutely magnificent. This card represents the cosmic turn of events that's placing you in a position of advantage while simultaneously bringing this rival's negative cycle to a complete end. The Wheel of Fortune is pure cosmic justice in action. It represents the universal law that what goes around comes around. And right now, the wheel is turning in your favor in the most dramatic and undeniable way. All the positive energy you've been putting out into the world is about to come back to you multiplied. What I absolutely love about this card appearing in your reading is that it shows how this entire rivalry situation has been part of a larger cosmic plan. While it might have felt random or unfair at times, the Wheel of Fortune reveals that everything has been perfectly orchestrated to bring you to this moment of triumph and vindication. The Wheel of Fortune also represents sudden, positive changes that seem to come out of nowhere, but are actually the result of karmic forces that have been building over time. Your consistency, authenticity, and genuine heart have been creating positive karma, and now it's time for the universe to reward you for staying true to yourself. I'm getting this incredible vision of the wheel spinning, and on one side, this person who's been competing with you is going down, experiencing all the consequences we've seen in the other cards. But on the other side, you're rising up, receiving recognition, opportunities, and support that seemed impossible before. The Wheel of Fortune is also telling me that this positive turn in your life is going to be obvious to everyone around you. People are going to see your circumstances improve in such a dramatic way that there won't be any question about who the universe is supporting in this situation. This card represents a complete reversal of fortune, where this person might have seemed to have advantages before, where they might have appeared to be getting ahead through their rivalry tactics. Now you're going to be the one in the position of strength and advantage. The Wheel of Fortune also suggests that new opportunities and connections are going to open up for you as a direct result of how you've handled this challenging situation. Your grace, maturity, and authenticity during this rivalry have impressed people who are now ready to support and elevate you. What's really beautiful about the Wheel of Fortune energy is that it brings lasting positive change, not just temporary improvements. The shifts happening in your life as a result of this cosmic rebalancing are going to have long-term benefits that extend far beyond just resolving this rivalry situation. The Wheel of Fortune is also about timing, and it's telling us that this is absolutely the perfect moment for these changes to occur. Everything has been building to this point, and now the universe is ready to move in your favor with perfect timing and maximum impact. I keep getting this message that the Wheel of Fortune energy is going to surprise everyone, including you. The positive changes coming your way are going to exceed your expectations and happen faster than you might have thought possible. The Wheel of Fortune also represents cycles, and it's showing me that this rivalry phase of your life is ending, but more importantly, a new cycle of recognition, success, and positive relationships is beginning. You're moving into a completely different energetic space where this kind of negative competition simply won't be able to touch you. This card reminds us that the universe is always working toward balance and justice, even when we can't see it happening. The Wheel of Fortune is confirmation that divine timing is perfect and that your faith in the process has been completely justified. The eighth card that emerged is the Queen of Swords. And Pisces, this is showing me the mental clarity and intellectual strength you've developed through this entire experience. While you're naturally more emotionally and intuitively oriented, this situation has sharpened your analytical abilities in incredible ways. The Queen of Swords represents clear thinking, direct communication, and the ability to cut through deception and manipulation with ease. This rivalry situation has taught you to see people and situations with remarkable clarity, without the rose-colored glasses that sometimes come with your compassionate nature. What I find fascinating about this card appearing in your reading is that it shows how you've learned to balance your natural Pisces intuition with sharp mental discernment. You can still feel deeply and care genuinely, but now you can also think strategically and protect yourself from those who don't have good intentions. The Queen of Swords is also telling me that you've mastered the art of speaking your truth with both kindness and firmness. This person's rivalry behavior has taught you that sometimes you need to be very direct and clear in your communication, especially when dealing with people who try to twist or manipulate situations. This card represents intellectual sovereignty, the ability to think for yourself and not be swayed by others' opinions, especially when those opinions are motivated by jealousy or competition. You've learned to trust your own judgment completely, which is incredibly powerful for a naturally trusting Pisces. The Queen of Swords also suggests that you've become very skilled at seeing through people's facades and understanding their true motivations. This rival's behavior has been like a masterclass in recognizing when someone is operating from insecurity, jealousy, or deception. What's really beautiful about developing this Queen of Swords energy is that it makes you incredibly effective at protecting not just yourself, but also other people who might be vulnerable to similar rivalry or competitive behavior. You've become someone who can spot manipulation and speak up about it. The Queen of Swords is also about justice through truth-telling. Your ability to articulate exactly what's been happening in this rivalry situation without drama or exaggeration is going to be crucial in ensuring that the truth is understood and appropriate actions are taken. This card is showing me that you've learned to detach emotionally from this person's behavior without becoming cold or heartless. You can observe their actions objectively, understand their motivations clearly, and respond appropriately without getting caught up in emotional reactivity. The Queen of Swords also represents wisdom, gained through experience. Every manipulative tactic this person tried, every attempt to undermine or compete with you has added to your understanding of human nature and your ability to navigate complex interpersonal dynamics. I'm getting this message that the Queen of Swords energy you've developed is going to serve you incredibly well in your future endeavors. You're going to be able to recognize and avoid problematic people and situations much more quickly, saving yourself time and energy. This card also suggests that your communication style has evolved significantly through this experience. You've learned when to be diplomatic and when to be direct, when to be patient, and when to set firm boundaries. These are invaluable skills for someone in your position. The Queen of Swords reminds us that sometimes the greatest gift a difficult person can give us is the opportunity to develop strength and wisdom we didn't know we needed. This rival has unknowingly helped you become more discerning, more articulate, and more intellectually confident. The 9th card that came through with such powerful energy is the Star, and Pisces, I literally got chills when this appeared because it represents hope, healing, and the most beautiful future that's opening up for you after this rivalry situation is completely resolved. The Star is pure divine blessing energy. It represents the universe's way of saying that you've passed the test, you've learned the lessons, and now it's time for you to receive the recognition, opportunities, and support that your beautiful heart and authentic nature have earned. What makes the Star so perfect for your situation is that it represents hope being restored after a period of difficulty. This rivalry has been challenging and probably made you question some things about yourself or your path, but the Star is telling you that your faith and perseverance have been absolutely worth it. The Star also represents inspiration and creativity flowing freely again. I'm getting the sense that this competitive energy from this other person might have been blocking some of your natural creative expression or making you second-guess your ideas. The Star says that's ending now, and your creativity is going to flourish like never before. This card is also about healing, not just for you, but potentially for others who witness your story. The way you've handled this rivalry situation with grace and authenticity is going to inspire other people who might be dealing with similar challenges. You're going to become a beacon of hope for others. The Star represents wishes coming true, but not in a fantasy way, in the way that happens when someone stays true to their values and continues moving forward despite obstacles. Your genuine heart and consistent authenticity have been making wishes in the cosmic realm, and now those wishes are manifesting. I'm getting this beautiful vision of you standing under a sky full of stars, each one representing a blessing or opportunity that's coming into your life. The Star energy suggests that the positive changes ahead are going to exceed your expectations in the most wonderful way. The Star also represents spiritual guidance and protection. Throughout this rivalry situation, you've been divinely guided and protected, even when you might not have realized it. The universe has been orchestrating events to ensure that truth prevails and that you emerge stronger and more blessed than before. This card is telling me that your intuitive abilities are going to be heightened even further as you move into this new phase. The Star is deeply connected to psychic gifts and spiritual insight, and your experience with this rivalry has awakened new levels of spiritual awareness within you. The Star also suggests that you're going to attract mentors, supporters, and genuine friends who appreciate your authentic nature. The isolation or competitive energy you might have experienced is going to be replaced by connections with people who truly value and celebrate you. What I love about the Star energy is that it's sustainable and long-lasting. Unlike temporary successes or fleeting victories, the blessings represented by this card are going to continue growing and expanding in your life for years to come. The Star also represents being seen and acknowledged for your true gifts and contributions. Any ways that this rival might have tried to diminish your light or steal your recognition are going to be corrected in the most beautiful and public way. This card reminds us that every dark night of the soul eventually leads to dawn, and your dawn is going to be absolutely spectacular. The Star represents not just recovery from difficulty, but rising to new heights you never thought possible. The 10th and final card that completed this reading is the Sun and Pisces. I cannot even begin to express how perfect this is as the culmination of everything we've seen. The Sun represents complete victory, joy, success, and the full flowering of everything you've been working toward. The Sun is pure, radiant energy that cannot be dimmed, hidden, or competed with. This card is telling us that you are stepping into a phase of your life where your authentic self is going to shine so brightly that any attempts at rivalry or competition will seem absolutely ridiculous in comparison. What I absolutely love about the Sun appearing as your final card is that it represents not just success, but success with joy and fulfillment. This isn't about winning some petty competition. This is about you stepping fully into your power and purpose in a way that brings genuine happiness and satisfaction to your life. The Sun also represents recognition and celebration. All the ways you've been undervalued, overlooked, or minimized during this rivalry situation are about to be corrected in the most public and positive way possible. People are going to see your true worth and celebrate your contributions enthusiastically. This card is showing me that your natural Pisces gifts, your creativity, intuition, compassion, and ability to inspire others are going to be not just acknowledged, but actively sought after. The Sun energy attracts opportunities, collaborations, and connections that align perfectly with who you really are. The Sun also represents childlike joy and playfulness returning to your life. This rivalry situation might have made things feel heavy or serious, but the Sun is bringing back that sense of wonder, excitement, and pure enjoyment in your pursuits and relationships. What makes this card so powerful in your reading is that it represents a complete energetic shift. While this rival has been operating from shadow energy, jealousy, competition, deception, you're moving into pure light energy where those lower vibrations simply cannot exist or affect you. The Sun is also about vitality and life force. This competitive energy from this other person might have been draining for you at times, but the Sun is restoring your energy and enthusiasm to levels that are going to surprise even you. You're going to feel more alive and vibrant than you have in a long time. This card represents breakthrough moments where everything suddenly makes sense and falls into place. The Sun energy suggests that there are going to be several moments in the coming period where you have these amazing realizations about your path, your purpose, and your potential. The Sun also brings with it an almost magnetic quality that draws positive people and opportunities towards you. Your success is going to create more success, your joy is going to attract more reasons for joy, and your authentic self-expression is going to inspire others to support and celebrate you. I keep getting this message that the Sun energy is going to make this entire rivalry situation seem like ancient history very quickly. Once you step into this new phase of recognition and success, the petty competitive behavior from this other person is going to feel so small and irrelevant. The Sun also represents clarity and truth illuminating everything. Any remaining confusion about this situation, any final attempts at deception or manipulation from this rival, are going to be instantly seen and understood by everyone involved. Truth cannot hide in the light of the Sun. What's really beautiful about the Sun as your final card is that it represents sustainable, long-term success and happiness. This isn't a temporary victory or a brief moment of vindication. This is you stepping into your true destiny and claiming your rightful place in the world. The Sun energy also suggests that you're going to become a source of light and inspiration for others. Your journey through this rivalry situation and your emergence into this powerful, joyful phase is going to serve as an example and encouragement for other people facing similar challenges. So let me bring all of this together for you, beautiful Pisces, because what we've seen in these 10 cards is absolutely extraordinary. We started with the Seven of Swords showing us this person's deceptive, sneaky behavior and their attempts to undermine you through rivalry and competition. Then we saw the Ten of Swords representing their complete downfall and defeat as a result of their own actions. The Justice card confirmed that divine justice is absolutely at work in your situation, ensuring that truth prevails and balance is restored. The King of Cups showed us the incredible emotional mastery and inner strength you've developed through this experience, while the Tower revealed the dramatic upheaval that's going to completely eliminate this person's ability to affect your life negatively. The Three of Swords showed us the emotional pain and regret this rival is going to experience when they finally understand the consequences of their behavior. The Wheel of Fortune brought us the cosmic turn of events that's placing you in a position of advantage and bringing positive opportunities your way. The Queen of Swords revealed the mental clarity and intellectual strength you've gained, your ability to see through deception and communicate your truth with both kindness and firmness. The Star brought hope, healing, and divine blessings as you move into this new phase of your life. And finally, the Sun represents your complete victory, the full flowering of your authentic self, and a future filled with joy, recognition, and success that's going to make this entire rivalry situation seem like a distant memory. The overall message of this reading is absolutely clear, Pisces. This person who has been creating rivalry energy in your life through jealousy, competition, and deceptive tactics is about to face the full weight of cosmic justice. They will not be able to withstand the judgment and consequences that are coming their way as a result of their own actions and choices. But more importantly, your strong, beautiful heart has been your greatest asset throughout this entire experience. Your authenticity, compassion, and genuine nature have been creating positive karma and divine protection that's now manifesting in the most wonderful ways. The universe has been watching, recording, and preparing to balance the scales in your favor. Every attempt this person made to diminish your light, steal your opportunities, or damage your reputation has only served to strengthen your eventual triumph and vindication. What I want you to understand most of all is that this victory isn't just about beating some rival or winning some competition. This is about you stepping fully into your power and purpose, claiming your rightful place in the world and beginning a new chapter of your life where your authentic self can shine without interference or limitation. The cards are showing us that this transformation is going to happen quickly and decisively. The combination of the Tower, Justice, and Wheel of Fortune energies suggests that changes are coming fast and they're going to be impossible to ignore or deny. Your role in all of this is simply to continue being your authentic self, to trust the process, and to be ready to step into the opportunities and recognition that are coming your way. The universe is handling the justice portion of this situation, so you can focus on preparing for the amazing things that are about to unfold in your life. This reading has also shown us that you've gained incredible wisdom and strength through this experience. The emotional mastery of the King of Cups, the mental clarity of the Queen of Swords, and the spiritual insight of the Star have all become permanent parts of who you are. These gifts are going to serve you for the rest of your life. I also want to acknowledge how difficult this situation must have been for you at times. As a naturally trusting and compassionate Pisces, dealing with rivalry, competition, and deceptive behavior from someone else probably challenged you in ways that felt uncomfortable and unfamiliar. But look at how you've grown and what you've gained through the experience. The cards are telling us that this entire situation has been a cosmic initiation for you, preparing you for bigger and better things ahead. The skills you've developed, the strength you've gained, and the clarity you've achieved are all going to be essential for the next level of success and fulfillment that's opening up in your life. I keep getting this message that people who know both you and this rival are going to be amazed by how this situation resolves. The contrast between your grace, authenticity, and eventual success versus their downfall and consequences is going to be so stark that it becomes a powerful example of how the universe rewards genuine behavior and corrects deceptive behavior. This reading is also showing us that your natural Pisces gifts are about to be recognized and celebrated in ways you might not have expected. Your creativity, intuition, empathy, and ability to inspire others are going to become highly valued assets that open doors and create opportunities you never imagined possible. The energy around this reading suggests that the resolution of this rivalry situation is going to happen within a relatively short time frame. The combination of fast-moving cards like the Tower and the Wheel of Fortune indicates that you're not going to have to wait much longer to see these positive changes manifest in your life. As we wrap up this reading, I want you to remember that your strong heart has been your greatest weapon throughout this entire experience. While this person was operating from weakness, jealousy, insecurity, and fear, you were operating from strength, love, authenticity, and faith in the process. The universe always supports those who stay true to their values and continue moving forward with integrity, even when faced with opposition or competition. Your consistency in being genuine and caring, even in the face of rivalry and negativity, has earned you cosmic protection and divine favor. This reading is ultimately about the triumph of light over darkness, truth over deception, and authentic power over artificial competition. You represent everything that's good and genuine in this situation, while this rival represents everything that's false and unsustainable. The message from Spirit is clear. Trust in the process, stay true to yourself, and be ready to step into the amazing future that's unfolding for you. This rivalry situation is ending, but your journey toward greater success, fulfillment, and joy is just beginning. Your strong heart has not only survived this challenge, but has been strengthened and purified by it. You're emerging from this experience more powerful, more wise, and more authentically yourself than ever before. The universe is rewarding your faithfulness with blessings that are going to exceed your expectations. Remember, beautiful Pisces, that every difficult person who enters our life serves a purpose, even if we can't see it at the time. This rival has unwittingly helped you develop qualities and strengths that are going to serve you for the rest of your life. They thought they were hindering you, but actually they were helping you become the person you needed to be for your next level of success. The cards have spoken, and their message is absolutely clear. Victory is yours, justice is served, and your beautiful, strong heart has triumphed over all opposition. Step into your power, claim your blessings, and shine your light as brightly as the Sun card promises you will.